like a pile of Detroit steel. Used to be Ford tough and now electric trucks just make me spin my wheels. Made in America.
John's got a great new album out, John Schneider, and this song, Made in America. So I appreciate him letting me play that. And of course, welcome back to the Kate Daly Show, katedallyradio.com. So John, I love that song. And where do you get your material? I absolutely love what you're doing with your music.
Well, I wrote 90% of the new album with friends.
Nice.
Who are like-minded, so you get your friends together and you come up with a notion. And that particular song, Made in America, is the title track to the new album. But it's not just remembering America and how great it is. It is that, but it is also a call to action, because if you don't do something, then America, the America that I'm singing about, is going to go away.
I see.
This is a problem that it's a country we all share, and it's also a problem we all share. So it's a responsibility and an obligation that we all share to fix it.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
I agree.
This is not going to fix itself.
Sure.
And I think, a lot of times we talked a little bit ago about conservatives being, we're busy working.
Right.
We're busy trying to make ends meet. And now with this disastrous Bidenomics and this non-existent border czar that we've got, who claims that was never her responsibility or her title. Come on, give me a break.
Right.
But, now when everything is up, 20, 30%,
it's getting hard.
People just can't make it. It was hard enough to make ends meet 3 years ago, and it actually got pretty not easy, but we got a break. When Trump was president, we got a break because our spending, our dollar went further.
Right.
And now, my goodness gracious, it's ridiculous.
Right.
I was in California just a couple of weeks ago. Dee Dee and I were in California, and it was a remote gas station, but diesel was $8.59 a gallon.
What? Wow.
$8.59 a gallon. Well, as soon as you come over into California, because this other clown, Gavin Newsom, who has maybe not single-handedly, I think his relative Nancy Pelosi's had a lot to given him a lot of assistance, has destroyed certainly one of the most beautiful states in the union.
You're right.
And made it nearly impossible for people who love their state to keep living there. Unless they're ridiculously wealthy or homeless.
So true. That is so true.
It's just
sad.
Everybody in the middle, which is most everybody, has to do everything they can just to try to survive. They have to pick between having dinner and going to a movie, or they have to pick between putting fuel in the car. I mean, I don't think anybody can go on a vacation anymore.
You're right.
I mean, they can't afford it.
Yeah.
But so the album, this one has some wonderful songs. Two of them are poems that were written by James Whitmark, I believe. Richard Whitmark's brother wrote the actor Richard Whitmark wrote a album of poetry that John Wayne read back in the 60s, and I had the album, and it's called "Why America, Why I Love Her."
Oh, so I played that before. I love that. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, listen to my version of it. I had a wonderful composer that did all the music for the Flag movie that I did 2 years ago called "To Die For." So Larry Hall did the music for that, and I read it. It's beautiful poetry. And the second one that's like that on the album is called "The Hyphen," which talks about how this little bitty line can either be a bridge to gap two ideas, or if you stand it up on its side, it's a wall you have to climb over. So
nice.
it brings forth the notion that a hyphenated American is a divided American. So I love it. The music is beautiful, and the thoughts are certainly beautiful. So I hope people will give a listen to that.
Absolutely.
There's some fun on there too. There's "She's Worth It," which is a beautiful song that I wrote with Brandon Will, and it's a Nashville songwriter friend of mine, about our country is worth fighting for.
Nice.
we again, we can't just sit around and wait for somebody else to do it. We've got to do it ourselves.
So true.
I'm very proud of this record.
We're going to go to a quick break. I also love your song about veterans too. And we'll come back for just a few more minutes with John.
Oh, thank you for your sacrifices. Yep.
Yes. Love it. Love it. And of course, we'll be right back. This is a short segment. We'll be right back for just a few minutes with John. Stay with us. KateDalleyRadio.com. John Schneider is joining me. Be right back. Okay, I thought we could end. If you could stay for just a few more minutes, I wanted to ask you about moving on and love and everything else. Are you okay with that?
Absolutely.
Thank you. Okay, and